You are live. All right, perfect. So, if you're watching this on a live, give us a hashtag live, and if you're watching this on a replay, give us a hashtag replay. Today we got Andy Mattis here on the interview, and we're gonna wait for a few people to jump on, and then we're gonna get started.
Hello, everyone.
So, let me check if streams are live. Yeah, working. All right, perfect. Okay. So, I would say let's get started, Annie. So, I've known you for more than 2 months now, and you're in this online business journey for well over a year now. So, could you give us a brief version of how you got into affiliate marketing or online business in general?
Okay, so yeah, online business. So I didn't actually start in affiliate marketing. So yeah, basically how I got involved in this space is I've got a friend called Dan who's basically he used to be my best friend. He doesn't live in the UK anymore. He's basically been in the marketing space since he was old enough to work. So like 16 years old, that's like the legal age to work in the UK. Yeah, he was running Google AdWords and yeah, I never really got into marketing back then. I don't know why, but for some reason, it just didn't seem like something that was, possible for me. But
Yeah.
I'd watched him have like massive success in his business. I've watched his mum have massive success in her business as well. And yeah, it was like sometime last year, just sort of hit rock bottom financially. I was kind of fed up with, what I was doing, and I was kind of looking for something to, change. Desperately looking for something to, basically improve my situation financially. And yeah, it was kind of a bit of a synchronicity happening because as like a few days after I said that, obviously I was looking online, looking for things to basically ways to make money. And my friend Dan added me to a Facebook group that he was, he was working with this company, and it just basically opened my eyes up to all of these different opportunities that at the time I never even really, it was never even on my radar. Even though my best friend had massive success with his business, it was something that was never on my radar. So
Yeah.
yeah, that sort of opened up a can of worms, opened up my eyes to all of the opportunities that are out there in the online world. So yeah, I reached out to him, and then he basically pointed me in the right direction of where to go in the online world. So I didn't actually start with affiliate marketing. I started with a social media marketing agency,
Mhm.
completely bombed, complete failure. And then I basically stepped into the consulting world. So, that's basically where my journey really started,
Mhm.
to move in the right direction when I stepped into consulting.
All right. Yeah. So, you said after you were consulting and doing your social media agency, you got into affiliate marketing, right?
Yes,
So,
yeah.
um, why did you decide to go with affiliate marketing? What was the thing that got you to take the leap to give affiliate marketing a chance?
Well, it was my like a little while ago. I didn't even know what affiliate marketing was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like last year, I wasn't even aware of like what affiliate marketing was. And when I stepped into the consulting world, um, there's a guy who's basically my coach now. We were basically practicing. We were in the same program together. We were practicing the sales script. For phone closing, we should do it once a week. Once every other week.
Mhm.
And he was at the time he was working in affiliate marketing. He's now in coaching and consulting. But yeah, at the time he was in the affiliate marketing world. And yeah, it just sort of seemed like a really good business model. Obviously, when COVID hit, there was, it's changed a lot. The
Mhm.
industry that I was working in took a massive hit. And it was kind of like, right, so do I, try and figure out another way to basically make this work, or do I make a complete U-turn and step into something else? So I basically decided to make the U-turn, and like I said, obviously affiliate marketing was something that he was doing. It seemed like a great opportunity for me to basically step into that line of work. So I made a complete U-turn and basically stepped into affiliate marketing. And the thing is, once you learn like the fundamentals of marketing, it's not actually that much different when you go over to all like these like different niches and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like the fundamentals of marketing are pretty much the same, but affiliate marketing is actually a lot easier than what I was doing before. So the transition was quite smooth, and things have worked out quite well, to be honest.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So you were talking about you didn't even know what affiliate marketing is. So how would you explain affiliate marketing to someone who doesn't know what it is?
Okay, so I would basically say referrals. Okay, so you want to think of yourself as the middleman, right? So you have someone's current situation, with the whole situation that's going on now with like the pandemic and stuff. A lot of people are. These are like real life situations that I'm seeing a lot right now. So people are losing their jobs. They're stressed out. They don't have money. They're realizing that their jobs aren't secure, like everyone says they are, and they're looking for a situation to change, right? So that's their current situation, is they don't have a job, they just need some money to survive, right? So you have the current situation, and then the desired situation could be that they just want an income so that they can live, they can provide for their family. Okay, so in the make money online space, this is where you as an affiliate marketer would come in. You position yourself in the middle as the middleman to basically drive that person from their current situation to their desired situation. Okay, and that is basically the best way that I can explain it. This is how people make purchases with everything throughout life, right? So just say for example, you have to drive to work, you need your vehicle to get to work. Your vehicle breaks down. That's your current situation. Your desired situation to have a car that's working, to basically so that you can drive to work. A mechanic would position himself in the middle as the vehicle to drive you from the current situation to your desired situation. So affiliate marketing is essentially just referrals. You're basically the middleman. You're recommending products to people, and basically when people make a purchase, you earn a commission from the sale that was made. So I hope that makes sense for everyone. But that's essentially what affiliate marketing is. It's referrals.
That's a very, very good explanation. I haven't even thought about it this way. Yeah, very, very good. So, when you got started with affiliate marketing, what were your biggest struggles that you had in the beginning?
Mm. In the beginning with affiliate market, this is a bit of strange one, to be honest, because affiliate marketing's been pretty plain sailing for me. Like I
Hmm.
said, obviously I didn't come straight from affiliate marketing. I tried social media marketing agencies. So I think for a lot of people, when they first experience struggles, it's usually right at the beginning when they're adapting to this new business model. But I think for me, I'd already experienced a lot of those beforehand. So affiliate marketing's been really quite straightforward for me. Like I said, obviously it's a lot more simple than what I was doing before. So it was
Hmm.
just a case of, basically getting used to how this specific industry works. Because affiliate marketing is, in the marketing world, I think affiliate marketing has got its own little bubble. It's a bit different to the coaching and consulting world. It's definitely different to like the social media marketing agencies as well.
Hmm.
Um, Affiliate marketing is a little bit different. So, but like I said, it's a lot more simple. If you're just starting out, it's a great business model to get started with. Um, it's probably the easiest business model to get started with, if I'm honest.
Okay. Yeah. So, um, obviously, a lot of people don't know how to get started with affiliate marketing, and they go and spend like dozens of hours watching YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. So, my question to you is, how would you, when you would start out as a beginner again, how would you start out, or what would you tell someone who doesn't know where to get started?
Okay, so first thing first is if you're a beginner, there's something we refer to in the marketing world as shiny object syndrome. Okay, so Something I experienced myself when I first started. I remember going onto YouTube, finding all of these different people that were creating content.
Yeah.
I was subscribing to their email lists. I was watching millions of YouTube videos, constantly checking my emails, constantly checking social media to see what these people were doing. And it leaves you running on something that I refer to as the hamster wheel. Okay, this is like the hamster wheel effect. You'll be basically going round and round in circles. You'll be consuming content from like 100 different sources, and it leaves you feeling overwhelmed. This content is put out there to basically suck in like certain people, so you've got to be really careful. So for someone that's just starting, always do your research, okay? Because there's some really, really good courses out there. So you basically want to basically learn from someone who's already walked the path that you want to go down. There's some great courses out there, but then there's a lot of people that are selling junk products. Okay, they're not designed to help you. So yeah, do your research first. Don't just dive in. You see this person on YouTube, he resonates with you, I'm going to go and purchase his course, because a lot of time people do that. Once they purchase, they find that these people are nowhere to be seen. They're left, on their own to basically figure everything out. So like you could basically purchase a course, or you could find like one-on-one mentoring, which is like, much better than just doing a course on your own, because you actually get that one-on-one support. It's more tailored towards you, and it's just 100 times better than purchasing courses. I can honestly say that from doing it myself. So yeah, basically find someone that has already walked the path that you want to go, and they have a track record of basically helping people do the same. Okay, so it's one thing someone actually be able to achieve it, but can they actually help you to basically get from where you are to where you want to go? So definitely learn from someone that's already done it, and basically try to take information from literally one or no more than two sources. You don't want to be learning from 100 different people, because everyone's going to be telling you something different. And a lot of the time when people start to feel overwhelmed, it's because they're consuming information from too many sources. If I ever go through courses, because I'm like a firm believer in investing in myself, so I've been through like quite a few courses and stuff. Sometimes when I'm going through there and I'm watching the videos, it's like I start to feel a little bit overwhelmed, and now I'm able to recognize why that happens. So if I start to feel overwhelmed and things are a little bit uncomfortable for me, the way that I deal with that is basically go and take uncomfortable action, because as soon as I start implementing things, that feeling of overwhelm just disappears. So just find someone that's basically got a proven track record. They can help you get from where you are to where you want to go, and consume information from ideally one source. I would say maximum like two people.
Yeah, that's very true. And I learned this myself when I started the same way, learning from 100 different people. This resonates so much with me. And yeah, when I started to focus on one or maximum two people, like everything makes so much more sense, and overwhelm is gone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, yeah, you were talking about overthinking and taking action. So this involves having some mindset shifts, right? So you have to be aware that you're overwhelming yourself, and so what would be the top 3 to 5 things in with your mindset that shifted from when you started online to now? What would you say would be the top 3 things that shifted in your mindset?
Shifted in my mindset. Damn.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So there's one huge one, absolutely huge, which was Sam Ovens. So yeah, that was the biggest mindset shift for me, basically. So one of the programs that I went into was his program, and yeah, week 2 was just all on mindset, and yeah, it just completely shifted, completely reprogrammed my brain to think completely differently. And yeah, like I said, that was when big changes started to happen, because a lot of the time people they think they know themselves well, but the
Yeah.
truth of the matter is they don't. Maybe because it's yourself, you're kind of a bit oblivious to what sort of behaviors are destructive, what sort of behaviors are constructive. And when you can't spot that stuff, it can be hard for you to um, to change. But one really important thing to remember is, like, a lot of people seem to think that, they say, oh, that's not me, or I'm not smart enough. But one thing that you need to basically realize is that nothing is static. Okay. So things are always changing. the world's always changing. People are constantly maturing and growing. Behaviors are changing in society. So, like, when people say, oh, you know, that's not me, but who are you? Okay, because from what I see, people are always growing into something new. So don't ever think that, you know, you can achieve something because that's not you. Sorry, yeah, they're testing the fire alarm. So, yeah, people always growing into something. So, you know, taking steps, you know, to progress yourself in the direction that you want to go, you know, you're just basically growing into someone new. Okay, you're always growing into someone new. So, yeah, just something always to remember. You know, never think that everything's static. You're always growing. You've always got the ability to change who you are at this present moment. And yeah, just a bit of guidance to basically push you in the right direction can, you know, accelerate that like quite quickly.
Yeah, that's a big point. Yeah,
Oh,
and
if you
yeah,
haven't read the book Think and Grow Rich, go and grab it. It'll help you.
that's a great advice. Yes, something you really should read. Yeah, it helped me a lot too on my journey.
Mm-hmm.
Get things clear.
Exactly.
So, when you were starting online, what were your biggest struggles? Can you walk us through some of the biggest struggles you had when you were first starting out on online?
Um, so, like I said, obviously, I joined social media marketing
Yeah.
agency, a course, and yeah, that was basically where I started. So, I would say my biggest struggle when I was starting was mindset for sure.
Hmm.
And yeah, so like I had a basically a habit of starting things. This is something I've done throughout my whole life, starting things and then quitting. Okay. So as soon as I run into an obstacle, I quit. Or I'd get bored and then I'd quit. I'd do something for like about 2 months and then I'd give up. And this is what I'm saying about the hamster wheel. You know, you can build
Yeah.
something up to a certain level and then you just crash it back down. Okay. Build it up to
Yeah.
a certain level, crash it back down. And this was something that I wasn't able to recognize until, like I said, I had that mindset training. Mindset in like entrepreneurship is 80% of the puzzle. If you got your mindset right, you will figure out a way to reach your goals. There's no ifs or buts about it. It will happen. Um, so yeah, just being able to recognize these things was obviously a massive game changer for me. And yeah, I use something called a pattern behavior worksheet, and this was something that was really scary. I know you've seen this already. I've
Yeah.
shown it to you, but it basically looks like a roller coaster. And there's a little text box at the top, and there's a text box at the bottom. And I'm sure many of you have heard the saying, you know, when there's a high, there's always got to be a low. So if anything gave me a high, like literally anything, I would write it down at the top of this roller coaster. And then when my mood dipped and something, you know, gave me a low, maybe you just wake up and you just can't be bothered to work. We all get days when, you know, we don't feel like working. I would write it down. And this was like something I tracked with everything. So if you go and look at your bank statements for the last 6 months, you'll notice there's this pattern. Everyone's got that sort of comfort number. When your money goes above a certain number, you're comfortable, and you maybe, you know, spend money and it go down to a certain amount, and then you've got this panic number. When it goes below that panic number, you sort of get yourself back into gear. You start earning money, you bring it back up to a certain level. And one thing that I noticed was using this pattern behavior worksheet was after about 2 months, I used to feel like quitting. So yeah, like I said, just being able to recognize patterns in my own behavior was like a massive factor, because mindset was obviously something that I'd always struggled with. Like my mum used to say to me, Andrew, why can't you just stick to something? Like you always start stuff and then
Yeah.
give up. And
Yeah.
yeah, so that was like a big turning point. Again, just mindset, man.
Yeah. As you said, 80% is mindset. Yeah. Most people think that, oh, it's the tactic or the strategy, but what they fail to see is that, yeah, like you said, 80% is mindset. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have the right mindset,
Tactics. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so you can
Um,
have the best tactics in the world. Like you can be taught the best stuff, but if your mindset's not right, you're going to fail 100%. I can guarantee that. So there's
yeah.
some people that say, you know what, I don't need mindset, and that's a mindset issue there on its own. You
Yeah.
know, the most successful people out there will all talk about mindset, and there's a reason for it. It's
Yeah.
important.
It really is. Yeah, didn't want to realize this myself when I first started, but it's such a huge change.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, um, talking about successful people, I know successful people like Elon Musk, they schedule every 50 minutes. So, how do you manage your time? And what activity would you say is the one that moves you towards your goals the fastest, or is the number one activity?
Okay, so time budgeting. Okay, so planning is very, very important. You see right here, I've got my my day planned out here in front of me.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, by failing to plan, you're planning to fail.
Yeah.
So it's important to know exactly what you're doing, plan everything out ahead of schedule. So I have my month plans, my weeks planned, my days planned. Um, I've got all of that done in advance. So like my days, I basically plan daily because things can change. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't say that there's. Oh well, yeah, I would say planning ahead of schedule is probably the number one thing that helps me be productive.
Hmm.
Um, I don't complete more than 2 or 3 tasks per day. And this is another thing. A lot of people seem to think a productive day is basically completing 100 different tasks. But you
Yeah.
want to think of it as if like you've got 10 units of energy in a day, right? And you could complete 10 different tasks, but you can only spend 1 unit of energy on each task. So you're going to be making small amounts of progress on each task. But if you actually do less, okay, and focus those 10 units of energy on, 2 or 3 things, you can make much more progress, on those little things by, doing less is actually more.
Yeah, that's really true. So, um, what are the top, like, what are the 2 to 3 activities that you do daily? Like, I know that those are the activities that move your business forward, right? That's why you do them daily. So, um, what are those activities? And yeah.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as I wake up, first thing I do is work on my mindset every day. Every morning, as soon as I wake up, first thing I do is mindset work. Make sure my
Mhm.
mind's in the right place for the day ahead. Again, I work on my mindset just before I go to bed as well, every single day without fail. Um, content. I create a lot of content to basically, post on social media. Um, Basically, yeah, content's like the big one. And yeah, I obviously do different types of content. So those are like basically the main 2 things that I do.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'm doing like calls and stuff for that as well. So, but yeah, the main 2 is just basically content and mindset work.
Yeah, really, really good. Um, you said you were working on your mindset in the morning and before bed. So what exactly are you doing to work on your mindset?
Okay, so I've got affirmations. Like I
Hmm.
said, go and grab Think and Grow Rich. That will all make sense for you. So affirmations, obviously I've got everything planned out of things that I want and I plan to actually get there. So, some of the things I have planned, I'm so far away from getting there because these are like, things I've planned like 5 years out.
Hmm.
But it's basically constant reminders, right? So when you want to plan out exactly what you want and how you're going to do it to get there. You have to have a plan to actually get there. How
Yeah.
many people have you met throughout life saying, "Oh, I want to be a millionaire," and it never happens because they never put a plan in place to actually get there. Okay, so
Hmm.
just thinking and hoping for things isn't going to actually happen. So yeah, I've actually got everything planned out. So it's just constantly reminding myself of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And give me 1 second, my laptop's about to die. I need to plug it in a second.
Yeah.
So yeah, constant reminders of why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then meditation as well. So this was something that I'd always ignored up until a few months ago. But again, this is something else. You see a lot of people who are doing well. They keep talking about meditation. So one day I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try. And yeah, I still remember after doing my first session of meditation, I was like, well, that stuff actually works. So Yeah, that's kind of my morning and evening routine of mindset.
That's really amazing. Yeah, like affirmations are one thing that I didn't want to do, and my girlfriend until like 2 weeks ago, she used to think that affirmations are like some kind of BS and they don't work. But now, like just a few days ago, we realized we started in beginning of July, and now like more than 50% of all the things we repeat every day, they're becoming true now. So
Yep, it's scary, really scary.
yeah,
What actually happens as well, because when you first, I can remember when I first started my affirmations, like my mentor was telling me, right, you want to plan things out like, years in advance. And I can remember putting this stuff down on paper and I was reading it and I didn't
yeah,
believe a word of what I was reading. But then over time, as things start to progress, even now, like I'm reading my affirmations and it's like, okay, so yeah, I've achieved that goal. I've achieved that goal. And it's like you don't notice it happening at the time until you read it back. And they talk about this in Think and Grow Rich. That's why I say again, go and grab it. Auto suggestion. Okay. So where
yeah,
you're constantly talking about it and reminding yourself, it basically influences a part of your subconscious, the subconscious part of your brain. So you can't control it, but you can influence it with positive thoughts and constantly reminding yourself of doing, the things that you want to achieve is crucial. And it takes some discipline, like. So if you're someone that's not doing this, and it's something that you plan on doing, there will be days when you just don't feel like reading your affirmations, but you got to have that discipline to, kick that. That's part of your lazy brain kicking in. That's trying to basically pull you back to your old habits. You've got to sort of, push that aside and, basically take control of your own mindset, because your mind's a powerful
mhm,
thing. It would drag you, it would try and drag you in all of the wrong directions. Okay. Like doing all of the wrong things that just basically aren't important. And that's the big thing about, growing into the person that you want to be. The person who you are today um, is not the person that you need to be in case if you want to be successful. You have to grow into that person. And there will be a lot of resistance in your mind. People trying to pull you in all these different directions. There's going to be all these shiny objects, and your mind's going to be like racing 100 miles per hour, trying to pull you in all these different directions. But it's a case of, being able to spot that, control it, pull yourself back on track, and keep pushing forwards towards what you've got planned.
yeah. That's so true. And like you said, you gotta have the discipline to really do this for the consistent time, because when you stop doing it, it will stop working, right? So
Exactly.
um, you mentioned Think and Grow Rich. So what is the top thing you learned from reading Think and Grow Rich? What is the your number one takeaway from
Dan, where to start? Like
it?
literally where to start. Um, I think the number one thing is just how it outlines all of the basically things, habits that successful people have, and all of the traits that people who fail have. Right. So,
Mhm.
um, like I said, I've experienced a lot of failure at the start of my journey, and sometimes, I can see my behaviors basically falling back into this pattern. So again, it's just basically the ability to be able to actually spot it. Most people are failing because they can't even spot what's going on in their own life. So, having it basically on, well, I've got audio book at the moment, so I basically listen to that pretty much every day. So, just having the ability to be, again, constant reminders,
Mhm.
just drumming it into your brain. Um, like some of my affirmations as well, I've got that on record. I've actually, spoken on and have it on record, so I can listen to that. Sometimes I go to sleep with it, playing into my ears, just
Yeah,
drumming it into my brain every single day. So again, just constantly reminding yourself.
yeah, that's a big point, and I see that is the point where most people are struggling, because they start and then when the motivation fades away, they fall back to their old behaviors, like you said. Yeah.
Hmm.
So um, what would you say, like, because most people when they get started they think failures are a bad thing and they have to avoid failures at all cost. So what would you tell someone who has this mindset? What would you say him?
This brings me back to when I first met you, Pascal. So yeah, most people in society have been programmed to see failure as a bad thing. Okay, failures aren't failures unless you've actually given up, right? So
Mhm.
it's just basically feedback. You want to look at failures as feedback on what didn't work, okay, so that you can go again. Um, when I first got into marketing, one of the reasons that I quit that social media marketing course, well, first of all, it was junk. I still think that now, but one of the reasons I quit was is a lot of people market to you and say like it's easy. I've made 100 grand in like 60 days. Look at all of this flashy stuff I've got. Like I've got a Lamborghini, I've got a huge house, always posting videos and then flying in business class. And
Mm,
often people buy into that, right? And then when they actually start putting in the work, what they experience is something completely different. Okay, they're expecting to live some sort of laptop lifestyle from day one. And I always say to people, you know, it comes from hard work. Okay. Everything you do throughout life, you have to basically put in work for it. So for anyone like you said, you started before and you quit. So it's just really just setting the expectation right at the start.
mm,
Anyone can do it. But if I basically tell you, oh, it's going to be easy. Oh, look at my Lamborghini. Look at the nice car that I've got, blah, blah, blah. I don't have a Lamborghini, by the way. But if I tell you that, you're going to come in thinking that, it's going to be really easy. You're going to do it for a few weeks and then you're going to quit.
mm,
So just basically setting the tone, letting you know what obstacles you're going to run into. There's no way that you're not going to run into obstacles. Everyone experiences them. And like I remember telling you this, like you're going to experience this, you're going to experience that. And I remember you coming back to me like a week later saying, yeah, just experienced what you were telling me about last week. And again, because I've basically set the expectation right from the start,
mhm.
you're still going. Okay. So from someone that was previously quitting on himself, because of how stuff had been marketed to them. Just basically setting the expectation right from the start of, it's basically just, setting you up for success right from the get go.
That's a big one. Yeah, I learned this firsthand. Yeah.
Fortunately, a lot
Um,
of people have to learn the hard way because of how people market to them. And
that's
yeah,
true.
so I
Yeah.
always like to set the tone right from the beginning.
Yeah. That's that's the one thing that really got me off the right track, on the right track, and like on the track to success, because like you said, I have been with this wrong expectation, and that's why I quit not far later. So yeah, that's big thing for a lot of people. So um, when you would start your affiliate marketing journey, when you like, this is something Russell Brunson and a lot of people use, when you've lost it all, and how would you go back to where you are right now? So what are the 3 to 5 steps you would tell someone who just got started with affiliate marketing? Or what would you do? What would be the 3 to 5 steps that you would do to get back to where you are right now?
If I lost everything,
Yeah.
um, okay, so first thing first, invest in a mentor. Like hands down, so many people try to figure it out on their own, and that's bad. So again, just
Mm,
having some guidance there. Um, basically making a promise to yourself. Again, telling yourself that you're going to do it and give yourself no out. Like literally, that's what it takes. If you give yourself no out, it will. Things will basically start to happen for you. There's no ifs or buts about it. But
mm,
yeah, you can't say if you come into marketing thinking, "Oh, I'll give it a try." Just from you saying that, "I'll give it a try," means that you're already not committed to it. So, just basically commit and go all in. Really, take advice from someone that's basically already been there, and just again, some things that you're going to have to do are going to be uncomfortable, and it will push you outside your comfort zone. But just strive to basically keep pushing yourself because nothing can ever grow inside your comfort zone. You have to be able to push yourself outside of your comfort zone in order to, grow into that person that you need to be. And that's what I'm saying about there's going to be a lot of resistance in your brain from, trying to pull you back to your old habits because you're growing into someone new. And yeah, sometimes a lot of that stuff can be uncomfortable. But yeah, things when I was first starting out, things that were uncomfortable, I would kind of try and shy away from. But now I've basically done it so much, it's kind of like, right, okay, I want to basically put myself into more uncomfortable positions because I know that's where progression happens. So yeah, if you're feeling uncomfortable about doing certain things, just know you're learning. Okay, uncomfortable situations means that you're learning. So yeah, learn from someone who's done it. Basically commit and give yourself no out. So
Yeah,
but
very important step.
I can't say like a specific, method that I would use because, like I said, things are always changing. What works now might not work 5 years from now. So again, you need to be adaptable to change as the world changes as well. You'll see businesses that refuse to do any online business, like in times like now, they're crumbling. Okay, it's like the people that are most adaptable to change will be the ones that survive long term. So yeah, you have to be adaptable to how the world changes as well. And right now, the world shifted to online, so there is there's just loads of low hanging fruit opportunities online at this present moment.
Yeah, that's really true. And the points you made are so important, and I've learned this myself from you, part of it. And um, one thing that I want to stress is having a mentor, but because like when I first got at this game, I had no guidance and it was awful. And now, obviously, with a mentor, and I got you. Wait, where are you? Here. Okay, I got you as an accountability partner and also someone who helps me whenever I have any question. It's helped me immensely. And whenever I have any question or feel overwhelmed or anything, I would just go and ask you something, and you would give me a kick in the right direction, or just helping me out. It's made a huge difference in
Mm-hmm.
my journey.
Yeah, and like this is what I'm saying. Like usually, like I have a mentor myself, and he does the same for me. Like with
Mm,
yourself, you're sort of you can do it, but it's kind of like when you're going, if you're drifting off in the wrong direction, it's quite hard for you to spot sometimes. The best way to think of it is like your goal, you're at your current destination, your goal is just basically along right at the end of a straight road. Okay, all you've got to do is drive from point A to point B. But somewhere along that road, you sort of drift off track. Maybe there's a shiny object that pulls you off track, and most people, they just keep going off track and going round and round and round in circles. But when you've got someone there to help pull you back on track and just keep you pushing in the straight direction, that's when your results really start to start to climb.
hmm Yeah, good point. Thank you for stressing this out again. Um, Circle and straight line. That's distinctions we will have to learn on the way to get to point B. um, anyway, so um, I know you're stepping back into coaching consulting world, and so I just want to ask you what's next for you. Where do you want to be in, let's say, 12 months?
Secret. No, I've got something in the works, but I haven't. I've revealed it to only a small group of people at the moment. So, uh, yeah, I'm not going to announce it right now.
Yeah.
If I've reached out to you in Messenger, I know you're aware of it. If I've reached out to a bunch of people in Messenger, so some people will already be aware of it, but it's not something I've revealed to the masses yet. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be big. I'm looking forward to next year because I'm getting things into motion for something that's really gonna grow this like a lot bigger. So Yeah, just sort of open a loop and not give away.
Yeah.
I haven't revealed it yet. Yeah, but something's in the works, and only a small group of people at the moment are aware of what it is. So I'm not going to reveal it here on the live stream, but yeah, there is something on its way very soon, and yeah, for those of you that follow me, you will hear about it very soon.
That's awesome. So speaking of following you, so when one second. So we I finished with my questions, so we can open it to questions, to any questions people in the broadcast have right now. Maybe there are any questions. Anyway, so when people want to find you, where can they find you? Are you on here on Facebook? What's your platform? Where can they find you?
Yeah, mainly I would say Facebook would be the best place to find me.
Mhm.
Yeah, Facebook for sure.
Okay, that's perfect. So let's check if there are any questions. Comments. Okay, somehow I don't see every comment on here. Just gonna check. Okay. So I'm gonna check your group 1 second. All right, so I can't see any questions right now. So then I would say thank you so much for your time, Andy. I really appreciate you and you taking time for this interview. And if anyone has a question, they can find you on where they can find you on Facebook, and obviously message him any questions you have. Once again, thank you for your time and have a great day, Annie.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. All right. Bye.
Bye.